Welcome to GeeksZilla, and today we're going to be playing Wild West Exodus.
Hi, yeah, we're going to be playing just over 1,500 points. We're going to be playing one of the new Badlands Adventures, which is Eerie Lights. The table will be set up to have a building in the middle of the table. Inside there's weird and wonderful things happening in there, so the idea is to get in there and investigate what's going on. The bad side is that at the end of the turn you get kicked out and stunned, and then the building also hits out with a Torrent template which gets decided on a card draw, so that's going to be interesting, and will probably vaporize whatever it hits. So yeah. The rules were updated back in March, so since we last did a game, things have changed. So as that happens in the game, it may look a bit different, but that's why everything that's been changed is all updated on the website. So you can go to wildwestexodus.com and download all the new stat cards and everything that's on there. Just keep an eye on that. I don't think it's going to change again until the autumn. So yeah, what you download now will be set for a while.
One of the things it's done is it's changed the speed of the game. That's what I've noticed. It's made like your guys don't hang about as long as they did.
Yeah, they changed the way that Quicken the Dead gets used. So Quicken the Dead now is probably your last choice, or you make the decision that if you're going to get hit with quite a large attack, you try and jump out of the way. So what happens if you successfully pass your quick check, you become disordered, which means you can't use your metal. So you've really got to make a decision which one you're going to use at what point in the game, which is a massive change. Whereas you used to Quicken the Dead and that didn't work, you'd fall back on metal. Now you have to make a choice. Yeah,
so what I found happened is you do the Quicken the Dead and then they hit you with another shot because they've got actions stuffed up their sleeves. So your guys end up, if you're disordered and you get hit with a second big shot, you're pretty much gone. So the game does, I do find it's made the game move a bit faster, but it's made it a bit more lethal.
Probably haven't got enough faces on my side this time. So in the 1,500 points, we've opted to go for 2 bosses. So the Nation's going to be running Legendary Walks Looking and Standard Ghost Wolf, and I'm going to be running Wyatt Legendary and Morgan. Morgan's going to have his automatons with him, and the rest of them's going to fall onto Wyatt's side. What Morgan brings to the table for me is it removes Task, which means that my automatons can focus. So it's kind of a handy skill that they have in their posse.
So I've got Ghost Wolf and the Sky Spirit Alcon. I think that's his name. It is.
Alcon. But he's on Walks Looking with the posse.
But the thing about those two is they're giving me totems I can put down on the table, and then I can use them to portal about the table.
Yeah, so we're using little bits of branch to represent the totems at the moment because it's not models that I have. So I've cut those down, based them up, so they'll represent the totems for this game. Yeah. What that does is give them a lot more mobility around the table. So I've got to either remove them from the table quickly to secure my flanks, or I'm going to have things jumping out left, right and centre at me. I can use as portals. I'm at a disadvantage because they're enemy portals, so if I do use them, my mind is going to be checks are going to be reduced because I'm going through enemy portals. So it may be easier just to try and vaporise them.
As he says, he's used these little sticks. I think Mike needs to practice these whittling skills to...
It was 12 o'clock last night and the bits of twigs turned out to be a lot harder than I was expecting. Almost took my finger off on one of them. So they're not great, but they'll do for this job. And I might go back in with a Dremel and turn them into actual totem poles at a later date.
I was only taking the mickey as well. So we'll take you out, we'll show you the table, and we'll go over the scenario in a bit more depth. And we'll do
a run through on the forces. We'll break down on what their strengths are. So we'll go through that. So we'll show you the miniatures, we'll show you the stat card, give a bit of an explanation, and then move on to the next one.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see you at the table.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, so this is our table layout for Eerie Lights. So your objective building is this one in the centre. Nothing can be within 6 inches around the building, so all the barricades are set up just outside 6 inches of the interior walls of the building. Deployment areas will be either side of the table. and as you can see, it's an old abandoned town. That's our idea behind it. So we've got the buildings in to represent cover and stuff in the town, but everything's really about this building in the middle. So once we've got deployment sorted out, we'll just before that we'll talk through the miniatures, then we'll do deployment setups, including trail finder rules and dispersed deployment for the totems. So what we'll do is we'll get that set up and we'll come straight back to you. Okay, so here we have the Lawman faction posses. So the first one I've got is Wyatt Earp with a standard Lawman faction posse. He has Wyatt Earp as the boss. He comes with a Tin Man rule, so if he's with and standing next to another guy base to base who has Tin Man, he gets +1 grit. He has Dead Alive. When engaged with a stunned or disordered enemy model, the unit gains lethal on melee weapons. He has the Sick'em rule, which he can take dogs, but that's not going to come into it. The Gunfighter rule, which means that he can target different units with the same check from weapons rate of attack. He has Inspirational, which I always forget to use, which is anyone within 6 inches may reroll a single dice in their activation. And Form Up on Me, which is once deployed, the unit and a hand unit within 3 inches gain the Trail Finder rule. So I must remember that to place him next to a hand unit so they get that bonus. Next up is my first face, which is Warren Earp. He has the Tin Man rule as well, the Dead Alive rule. He also has Stone Cold Killer. At any time this unit destroys an enemy model, it receives an additional action point for that activation. The unit's action limit still applies. It also has the Underboss rule, which means if I wanted, I could make him into a boss at an increased points cost. Next up, we've got Nate Beringer. He also has the Tin Man rule, very common with the Law faction. He also has the Dead or Alive rule, but he has Forward Echelon. As long as this unit is within 3 inches of 2 or more friendly non-disordered hand models, this unit and the hand model gains +1 grit. So again, good to keep him next to the hand unit. Of course, I will undoubtedly forget about this as I did in the last game I played. He also has Report, which means that you can take a civilian strategic unit at the appropriate cost and add it into the unit, but again, I've not taken that. He is armed with a grenade launcher. Indirect rules have changed, so I will be querying that online because they've lost range, or the ability for a little bit of extra range. But it's turned out to be quite a powerful weapon when things occupy buildings, as I found out in the last game. Then the last unit is a hand unit in this posse, which is the Deputized Sharpshooters. They don't really have much special rules. They do have the Dead or Alive rules, not that you really put them into close combat because they're using pistols, but I have upgraded them with a Liberty Gatling gun. So that has the heavy quality, which means it can't move and fire, but once in place is got a rate of fire 3, which is kind of handy. Also has Brutal, which means that if I do hit, I score an additional hit overall as well. On the other side of it, I've got Morgan, who's bringing the Armored Justice theme posse. What this does is negate the task rule for the automatons, which means that they can focus. So he has the Tin Man rule, the Dead or Alive rule. He has the Headhunter rule, which is when this unit destroys an enemy model that has the unique special rule, so basically boss or a face generally, they immediately gains a fortune chip. He's Tesla Masterwork, which means stunned and disrupt qualities do not cause attribute penalties to be suffered on the unit, though he still counts as having the condition. When hunkered, this model may spend an action point during its activation to gain the Tough special rule, which is also very useful. Tough means that his first hit is a stun, not a use of metal, which is really good. And also means he can re-roll failed grit checks. At the moment means that I can even re-roll my 1 rolls, which you generally can't re-roll. I think that's going to be nerfed in the next update. Next on the posse list is some UR30 Lawbots. They have the Tin Man rule, so again you shoulder to shoulder with those guys so that they're gaining the +1 grit. They have the Durable rule, which means that they ignore the first point of piercing unless it's a -4 hit. So it makes them quite tough. I mean, their grit is 5 as standard, so generally when their shoulder to shoulder goes up to 6 and incoming fire is reduced by 1. Next I've got the Canine Gun Dogs. These have both been upgraded with Liberty Gatling guns. I always generally take those for the amount of hits coming in, though on this one it may have been wise to take flamethrowers, but we'll see if I've made a mistake as the game goes on. And last but not least are the attack dogs. Now they're quite fast at quick 7, but also have a rapid rule, which means they focus for free. So it means their general movement is 9. They also have the moving target rule, which means that any shots coming at them when they move 7 or more have to be re-rolled, which is also quite a handy thing. Again, they have durable. Sure foot, which means they re-roll any quick checks. And Trail Finder, which means they'll get a free move at the beginning of the game, which is kind of handy. So yeah, so that's the Lawman posse. Mainly hard hitters is Wyatt with his -4 on his Magnum Peacemaker. The reason I've gone with the legendary version is he gets 2 shots instead of the 1 on his standard version. He also carries a shotgun, so if he's getting mobbed by a lot of guys, he can swap to the shotgun, which uses the Torrent teardrop template. Warren also has a -3 on his long-range pistol, which makes him quite handy, and as I've said before, Nate Berenger brings a grenade launcher, which is really good against anyone in buildings because it hits everything, so that's quite useful. Morgan has his galvanic discharge, which is a torrent weapon, and he also has electro carbine, which is 15-inch range, -2, and on a critical gives you the stun condition, which is always handy. Lawbots are armed with pistols, so they're quite close in, 10-inch range, and apps stun battens if they get into close combat. Gun dogs, I've said before, are Liberty Gatling guns, and the K9s are just their jaws, so they have to be in base to base. So yep, so that's the Lawman posse. Looking across the table at the Warrior Nation, they are majorly outnumbered, so this could be interesting. I'll pass you over to Gof, and he'll run through his force.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the Warrior Nation forces now. I've got 2 standard Warrior Nation posses. I've got Walks Looking with a slightly larger posse than Ghost Wolf has. So I'll go through Walks Looking's first. When Mike said that they were outnumbered, he meant his guys were outnumbered, not mine. I've got hunters. Legendary Walks Looking. She has a quickness of 7, so she's quite a good speed attack, fast attack unit. She's most definitely a hand-to-hand specialist, focusing or tuning her blades to get that -4 strike in. She is a combat master, so she can attack again a second time for only 1 point. She's rapid, so she can focus on move. Yeah, for free. She's got 4 fortune chips that she can use on anybody, and she's inspirational, so people can get that reroll dice during their activation. The first face with this one is Alcon the Sky Spirit. He has his own fortune chip. Again, he flies, so he can get about the board really quickly. He's very good in close combat as well. He's totemic, so he brings some of my totem poles in for me. He is also sure-footed and a moving target if he goes too fast, so people have to re-roll. We then have 2 units of Planeswalkers. One of them's been upgraded with a heavy crossbow. These guys are the sort of better end of the hired hand, ablative armour mooks. They're definitely the close combat guys. They've got a fight of 5. The grit's only 4, so they don't tend to hang about too long, but they are Child of the Great Spirit, so it means they ignore all yellow checks. After that, we've got Ironhawk. I've never had much luck with this guy. He chucks grenades, but I never managed to get him in close enough to do anything with them. He can attune them, so he gets better piercing with it. He's arcane. He is also sure-footed, so crossing over terrain doesn't really make any difference. So the shrouded ability gives him any shots against them, he can get re-rolled. Onto the Spirit Walker. He is a werewolf. He's got quickness 7, so again he's a fast attack unit. He's rapid, so he can focus his move for no additional cost. He also has moving target and frenzy, For each critical success this model rolls during a fight check, this model may make a free strike action. This free strike action is still subject to frenzy, but not limit by the looks of it. So we then have Ghost Wolf's posse. He is fight 7, so he is good in the combat. He's totemic, he brings in some of my other totem poles for me. He's a combat master, so he'll get the additional attack cheaper. He's got tactical brilliance, which means I can look through the top 3 cards of either of my decks and put them back in the order I want. I see using it for the action deck being far more tactical, deciding on who I'm going to activate, and I can see ahead. He is supported by the Apache Kid. Again, another one I've never really had a great deal of success with, but he is quite good. I mean, he's got a quick 6 and an aim 5, so he can move about and shoot fairly well. He comes with his own fortune point. He has Trailblazer, so he can start up the field a little bit. So he's got Spirit Aim, which means he can use his mind instead of his aim check, and he won't get penalties for shooting that way. They will still get the bonus for cover though. A forward echelon, as long as this unit's within 3 inches of 2 or more friendly, non-disoriented hand models this unit, and the hands gain +1 grit. They can go on lookout for the cost of 1 action point, regardless of how many combat actions it has made that turn. And Dying Breath, when he dies, he gets to take a combat action. Then we've got a bundle of totem poles and my Brave Hunters. These guys are the ranged attack. They've got an upgrade of a heavy Gatling cannon. Again, they are children of the Great Spirit, so they don't get affected by Yella. They are skirmishers, so they don't need to keep quite as close a formation. That's what I'm using for the Warrior Nation faction. As Mike says, I am outnumbering him a little bit. Let's go over and have a look at what happens when we put this lot on the table. So what I've done for my deployment, I have popped down Legendary Walks looking here, the Spirit Walker here with a unit of the Brave Planeswalkers. I've got Ghost Wolf and Ironhawk with the unit of Planeswalkers with the crossbow. Here we have the Apache Kid, supported by the unit of Brave Hunters, and down here at the back I've got Alcon the Sky Spirit. Now I've also summoned in my totems. They get done after you've deployed all your forces, before any Trailfinder moves are made. So Mike doesn't have anything. If he did, I would place one of mine, he would place one of his back and forwards, but because they were all just mine, they can't be within 6 inches of the edge of the board or 6 inches of another unit. So I've got one here, and one here. And then I've put the other 3, one here, and one in here behind the outdoor toilet.
Okay, so my deployment, I've got one unit of gun dogs here. The next one is next to it just here. I have Warren Earp just here, long range shooter. I've got Morgan just behind the jail here. He has his Lawbots and the attack dogs with him. Here I've got legendary Wyatt Earp with Nate Beringer and my deputized sharpshooters with the Liberty Gatling guns. That's my deployment. We've still got the Trailfinder to go. He's got a lot more Trailfinder units. I think I've got just the one linked to Wyatt. So we'll get those done and set up. I think my first plan of action is to take down as many of these totems as I can on my side of the board, because they are going to be an irritation. So yep, that's it. We'll get on to Trailfinder and we'll see you in a second.
So my Trailfinder moves, I kind of blocked my guys in here, so they've gone around that way. That was a bit daft. I set up thinking, obviously, keep my guys out of firing, so I set them up further back. It was a bit daft because they can't shoot that far. These guys moved up a bit towards this totem pole. The Apache kids moved up towards this totem pole. As I say, these guys moved around here, and Alcon has moved up against the totem pole that's in here.
Not much in Trailfinder for me. I have my attack dogs have pushed up from here over to here, so they're closer to the building. Wyatt and the hands behind the building have pushed up. So Wyatt went this way to the front of the building. My hired hands are behind the building just here on this corner. To be honest, I pushed them that way because at the top of the stairs, there's a target. So I'll be trying to take that down quickly and probably have my gun dogs moving up to take out the other one as well. So yep, that's my trail finder moves. Not many, but all pushed up forward. Okay.
So I got the initiative because I got my 5 in the first card. So yay, me.
So with the points value, we have 5 adventure cards in hand because we're over 1,500 points. Gof has the initiative. I can try and steal it by drawing an initiative card. The one thing I don't want to draw is a 5, which is the only way to beat his. So he has the initiative, so it's Gof to go first.
And I get 3 action points in the first go. I'm going to go with a unit of planeswalkers, and they're going to move up to this totem pole.
So they're all within 3 inches?
Yep. And then a second action.
So it's another move action using your next 2 action points to move through
to another totem pole. And they are going to go to this one.
So they all need to be within 3 inches of that totem. Yikes. Decided I don't like totem poles.
That's that unit done, so...
Okie doke. My first unit with 2 action points. Funnily enough, it's going to be a gun dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be this gun dog at that unit. So it is going to burn a fortune chip for an aim because I want to keep... Second action point is going to cost 2. No, I'm just going to go with a shot as a raw shot. So, Liberty Gatling gun is rate of attack 3. I am aim 5. The initial target is this guy. He's got partial cover, so it becomes a 4. So I'm looking for 6s. And I don't believe it's over 10 inches, but I'll check. Nope, 9 inches. So no minuses there. So I am looking for 6s. 3 hits, which becomes 4 hits. You've got 4 hits on the unit. So the Liberty Gatling gun is piercing -2. So you have cover of 1. So it is a -1 piercing, so you are grit 3.
Grit 3, needing 7s, and I get none.
So that is 4 down.
I'm going to spend all 4 of her fortune chips.
Yowzers.
And reroll all of them. And save 3 of them.
That was quite effective. So that was 1 action point. So I'm going to burn a fortune chip and add it to that one to get another hit. I am going to just shoot again. So same again. Oh, that's poor. That is poor. But that'll do. No, I am going to increase the limit of that unit. I am going to burn 2 cards and an action point for the 3rd shot. And I may as well focus it as well. So I'm at +2 -1, so I am 5, 7, 6s, so I need 4s.
3 hits.
3 hits, one of those being a critical, so a shred, so your cover is gone. Which becomes 4 hits with -2. So you are now grit 2.
Do I not need to roll the critical separately?
Yes, so 1 hit has none. So you get 3 hits with standard.
Needing 7s again.
Yep.
Saves 2 of them.
Saves 2, 1 is dead, and then the critical.
No,
he's
so
dead.
2 dead.
Yep.
Any 2 you want?
Just go for the first 2.
These 2?
Yep. And that is that gun dog done.
Let's see what I get first. I get another 3 action points. I am going to go with Legendary Walks Looking.
Okie doke.
No, I'm not. I'm going to go with the Spirit Walker.
Okay.
He has a quickness of 7 and a limit of 2. So he can get a move up to... No, this is a bad idea. He's just going to focus move.
So the focus is free?
Yep. So we can go up to 9, which gets him to there. And then 2 action points
to move again. And if focus are free.
And that gets him... He can't use them as a blight of armour, can he?
No, he doesn't have that ability.
Yeah. He's just going to hunker there.
Could move to the other side of the tree if you wanted to move up with cover.
Yeah, but then I won't be able to hunker.
Yep.
Hunkers that one.
Yep.
Okay, back over to you.
Right, I get 3 action points. And I think I am going to move this gun dog. So the gun dog move is 6, and I am going to go 6. I'm going to go for a dash move. He's got sure foot, so I have the option of re-rolling a bad roll. Don't need to re-roll that. So that is 6 with a 4 is 10. He's going to go 6 to there. And another 4 to there. And he's going to shoot that totem.
He's a dog, he's going to worry a log.
Yeah, he's going to worry a log. He is aim 5, it's -1, so he's aim 4, so 6s. That's 2 crits and a hit. I really should. So it's going to be 2 normal and 2 critical hits. So 2 without cover and 2 at -1 because you got partial cover from the outside lavvy.
So it's grit 6 is normal, so minus what?
So 2 at -1, so 5s.
Both of them.
And then the other 2 have shred, so is at -2.
So 4s.
Yep. Oh, you're having a laugh.
One of them's... No. That's a fail.
6.
That's a pass. So he's failed 1.
Yep.
And it only has the 1 wound, so it is gone.
And that is the gun dog done.
I get 2 action points. He's the kid, Apache Kid, is going to use the move straight away, and he can come in within 3 inches of this one.
Yep.
So actually put him in about there. Yep, that's within 3 inches.
Okay.
So I'm going to go there with him, so that's his first action.
Mm-hmm.
And his second action, he's going to oh no, he can't do that because that would be another move action.
Yes, so you need an actual
action
to
yeah,
hunker.
He's finished, that's him.
Okay. My action points are 2. So I'm going to activate this unit, who are going to split their fire. I am going to get... I'm going to get 3 rifles on that, and I'm going to get 2 rifles and a Gatling gun on that. So this is going to be 2 rifles and a Gatling gun at the totem at top of the stairs. The Gatling gun has a -1 because his guys are in the way. So he is going to be aim 4. We're going to use the other action point to focus. So going to be +2. So he's going to be -1. No, +1 even. So he is going to be needing aim 4, so aim 5, and the others are going to be aim 5 as well. So aim 6. So the 2 brown dice need 4s, the others need 5s. So 1 fail, 2 misses, and the Gatling gun hits, so that's 3 hits. One of them having shreds, so he's getting no cover. So 3 hits on totem. So
Glit 6.
So 2 needing 6s. Nope. One of them. The other one needing 7s.
Nope. It's gone.
Then the other 3 riflemen, one being obscured, will shoot at this, which should be a long range shot, I believe. Yep. So they are focused, so it's going to be a minus. It's going to be +2 -1 for long range. So they are going to be 5s. One of them needing 6s. So the red dice will need a 6. The other 2 need 5. 1 hit. They are going to use a reroll from Wyatt and still fail to hit. So 1 hit. It is piercing -1.
So it's a Glit 5.
You get it. And that is them done. Over to you.
Yep. And my card is 4 points. He's standing right beside the totem.
Okay.
So he's going to go there.
Okay.
3 inches. So he's about there.
Mm-hmm. Is then he going to charge something?
Yes, he's going to charge that unit.
So what I'm going to do, because a charge is a combat action, veteran instinct with a model is nominated as the initial target of an attack, is a charge and classified as an attack. It's a combat action, so I'd say yes, but charge is special combat action, so it is a combat action. So I'm going to chuck 2 chips in for veteran instincts, and I'm going to open up on him before he comes in at me.
Okay.
So your option at this point is a quick check.
Mm-hmm. Or just take it.
Or take it.
So I'll take a quick check.
Okay.
Which means he'll be disordered.
Yes.
If I pass it.
But my shot will go wild.
Yeah. Quick 7.
So
needing
it's a
3.
It's a 1.
Oh, and I can't
That's
re-roll
bad,
that.
and you can't re-roll that.
So at least he's not disordered.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's all going wrong for me already.
4 and 2. Right, so I've got 2 guys that are obscured, so they're going to be at -1. So they are aim 4s for the main brown dice. They need 6s. The other will need 7s. The 2 reds need 7. That is a hit, and that's it. So 2 hits at -1.
And Alcon is Glit 5, so that's 4s. So I need 6s. And I'm going to use his own chip.
Yep.
To reroll the one that didn't succeed.
Yep.
And still fails.
So he is disordered, can't use metal. He is gone.
How? He's not disordered.
He failed his grit check. No, he's not. So he uses metal.
So that he's just automatically disordered.
So he is disordered. Yep.
Does he still get the charge?
Yes. Because they have not removed him from the table.
Okay. Rate of attack 3.
Yep.
He's just focusing it.
Okay.
That's what I mean. So,
Fight 7.
his fight goes up to 7. So Alcon, fight 7, needing 3s to hit. 1 crit, so it becomes lethal,
Right.
and 1 hit, and 1 fail.
So 1 hit and 1 crit.
Yeah.
So the red will be the crit, so we'll need a re-roll. Minus, what's the piercing on the weapon?
-2.
So I need 8.
Saves both of them.
And lethal gets a re-roll. Does not. And he gets eviscerated.
So it's going to cost me
2 to fight again.
and I'm going to put +2 action points into it.
Are you focusing by any chance?
So I can focus it as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
So that's another 3 dice. And
Recording 3s.
3 hits.
3 hits.
1
crit. So same again. Needing 8s. They are both fine. That is a fail anyway, so another one is dead.
And do you not need to reroll one of the successes because of
No, because that was the critical strike on the red dice. I have 4 action points. Yeah, I've got to do it really. So I'm going to go with Wyatt. So Wyatt is going to walk 5. And is going to use his Magnum Peacemaker with 2 shots to fire Alcon Skyspear. He is aim 7 -1, so he'll be aim 6s. I am not going to focus. And 1 is a critical. It is brutal. So that 1 hit becomes 2, and it has got shred. So you're -4 on the shots.
So I need 9s.
You need 2 9s.
He's dead.
Had to go in while he was disordered, especially. So that's 2 actions and 2 APs done. So I am going to put a second shot into the totem. It's 9 inches, so it's not minus, but I've got the barrels in the way, so it's -1, so I need 4s.
2 hits.
2 hits, 1 being a crit, which gets shred, but it makes no difference because there's nothing. Oh no, there was a -1. So it's a -4 gun. So 1 hit is at -3, and 1 hit is at the full -4. So the red dice for the shred, so gets the full -4 piercing.
Yeah, it's gone.
I don't like totems.
I can see that. To be honest with you,
no one is concentrating on the objective.
I'm not too fussed because it means you're shooting them
Not
more
your
than my
guys.
guys. But you've still done a fair bit of damage already.
I'm going to use the final chip to hunker,
Okay.
and then I'll get those back.
Okay. So my next one is 3 action points.
Okie doke.
I am going to go with this unit of brave hunters, planeswalkers. Sorry.
Yep.
They are going to focus, move, dash. 6, so that gives me 3 additional inches.
So that's 5 in total with the focus, and then their standard move
Is 6, so 11. I measure from the head, above the head to the head. I don't measure from the edge of the bases. I find it easier to do it that way. So they're not all within 3 inches of the building, unfortunately. Only 2 of them.
plus you'd need 2 APs to get them in the building.
I have cards. So what would I need to be able to... I'd need to be able to get...
You need to increase their limit if you want to get into that building is what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need 3 limit because you need another move and then an additional move action to get into the building.
Right, okay. In which case, I'll just leave them as is.
Okay.
With the prospect of getting a template in the face in a minute. Okay, over to you.
2 action points. I'm going to focus move Nate Berenger 7. Oh no, shall I just get into the building? That'd be 1 to get into the building. Yeah, 1 to get to the building. I'm going to put him there because you'll be able to see him and you might remind me he's in there when I forget.
Now, why would I do a thing like that?
Because you're a lovely, lovely guy.
You'd think you'd know better after all these years.
What I will actually do is use the other action point and his own for a second move to get out of said building, and that gets me out 3 inches, so out to the bottom of the steps. A quick way of clearing the distance out the building, through the building.
Yep.
And he'll get that back because it's the end of his activation.
Back to me.
Back to you.
And I get 3 action points again. Let me see, what shall I do? Walks looking. Let's go with walks looking. Quickness of 7.
And free focus.
Free focus. She'll move up to here.
Mm-hmm.
Then she will use the totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
It's costing her 2 action points to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And she will come out here.
Okay. Such a nice mini. If I do say so myself. Such a nice mini.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. I love the way you've got it jumping off that stone as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, on the custom base it comes with, it's standing on one of the explosion bits for the run. So it needs to be at least elevated. So
Right.
I had a resin rock, which was perfect for it.
Yeah.
So I drill and pinned it and put it on the rock.
Looks awesome.
Okay, my next activation, 3 action points. So, going to go with Warren. Warren has a move of 5. Going to use the jail, so he's going to get in. And then he's going to fire out of random holes in walls apparently, but there doesn't seem to be any in here. He's going to take a shot from the corner of the building at this guy. I could have probably stayed out of the building, to be honest. It's at long range. So he's going to be at -1. So his aim check is 6, which becomes 5. So going to focus it for an additional action point. So I'm +1. So 6 becomes 7. Its rate of attack 1. It's going to be a -3 piercing on it. So 7s need 3s. Hits, but only just. So it's hit with a Hyper-V rifle. It's got shreds, so you don't get any cover as standard. So you are at -3. So I think your grit is 4.
1.
Yeah.
So I need a 9.
A 9.
Close.
Close.
I forgot she's
You've got all
those
of her back, so you could re-roll it if you wanted.
You know, why not? Chance of keeping them alive. Not a good chance, but...
Fate plays its hand. So that's 1, 2. So I am going to use his point and the last point to make a second shot. It will be straight shot, so it is going to be -2, so 4's needing 6s.
Did he not focus that last shot?
Yes.
So he's used all 3 then
it's a
moving
move as
in.
well, yes. So I'll use one of hers.
Mm-hmm.
Short, it's going to be -2, so 4's, I need a 6.
Okay. Critical.
It becomes lethal.
So if I have to re-roll it if I save.
Yeah.
So I need a 9, and I get it.
You can do it.
No, not twice in a row.
No.
Nah.
That unit is down.
So that's an entire unit taken off the board.
Yeah. I will play this glory card.
Yep, thought that was coming.
Achieve the following: destroy a hands unit in a shoot action this turn and score 1 victory point when you do so. So that is 1 VP.
My next activation is a 2 action point. I am going to go with these guys here who are going to focus and move. So they go up to a 7. Okay, that's them done.
Next card for me is the 3 action points.
Oh, that was a bad move.
Was it?
Yeah, if you get the
template.
The template, if you get that draw.
Well, I think I need to check this. If there is only 1 unit in range of the template, even you might have to put it on your own unit. Because I think you have to attack something, but I'll double check it.
I didn't say that in the scenario. Okay. It just says facing the way the player who wins the draw.
Okay. I'll be happy to pull the 5 on that one at this point, I have to admit. So I've got 3 action points, so I'm going to go for a move followed by a second move. And I'm going to move these guys up to here. Yep, that'll be them.
What about that other guy standing there?
That's Morgan.
Oh,
somebody
right,
else. That's just the 3 you are. That's my boss.
That's
my second boss. That's them done.
Okay.
Back to you.
My next activation is a 4-pointer. And I am going to go with Legendary Grey Wolf. It has a limit of... Not Legendary Grey Wolf, normal Grey Wolf.
You wish.
It has a limit of 3...
You always say Grey Wolf, his name is Ghost Wolf. You said this last time you played him as well.
That's my dyslexia kicking in. I see the G on there and just read it as grey.
He is Ghost Wolf.
So I am going with Ghost Wolf for his dash.
That'll do it.
5, 6, 7 with the focus. That gives him 12. And he is within 3 inches of the building.
Okay.
So I had a 4, I've used 3 of them.
Okay.
I now need to use 2 more action points to get him into the building. So I've got 1 left and use a card to give him 1 additional. So he can embark into this building. And I will put his activation counter on there so that I know he's in there.
Okay, my next unit, which I believe is my last unit, and I get a 1. Awesome.
Oh, he gets his... Oh no, he hasn't used any.
Quickness 5. He's going to move up to there and get his chips back. That's him done. Oh no, I do have another unit.
You still got 2 tokens on there?
Yeah, Warren has gone. Warren is in the building. So it's just the attack dogs I've got left.
I've only got Ironhawk left.
Okay.
So Ironhawk is getting a 3 action points. He is going to... His quickness is 5. He's quite slow, so he's going to focus it for 7 inches of movement. So that is 5 to get into there. 2 more to get into there. I think he might do a dash on that as well.
Okay.
Oh, it's still going. So this is Iron Wolf's dash, and he gets 2. It's another 2 inches.
You said Iron Wolf.
Did I?
Yeah. Oh. Did he just marry Ghost Wolf? Oh dear. 3 action points. Right. Yeah. I've really got to do this, haven't I? So I'm going to charge the building. with the dogs, and they're within range. So they're going to charge the building and attack Ghost Wolf.
So they're not going in?
They can't because you're in. It's already occupied, so you can't go into it, but all you can do is close combat out.
Right, okie dokie.
Right, so you're hunkered in there and you have the building, so my fight check.
I'm going to do a quick check to avoid it. Or is it only a shoot you can do that with?
Anything, I think.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
So
you
if I
dive
do
out of the
quick,
way.
I don't get attacked by you.
Yep.
His quick is 5, so I need a 5, and I get it.
Okay, so with the other action points, I'm going to attack again, and now you're disordered.
You got enough to attack again?
It was 1 to move to close to charge the building, and I've got 2 more.
Oh,
so
damn it. Okay.
Yep.
Oh well, I messed up.
And just to really rub it in, I'm going to focus this attack now. So the fight 5, which becomes fight 7, which becomes fight 6. So they need 4s. There is no critical bonuses on this. So that was, I said need 4s, is that right?
So you've missed 2 of them.
I missed 2, but I'm going to re-roll that, because why not? And get that. So that is 5 hits on Ghost Wolf. It is piercing -1, which gives you a +1 because you're hunkered and you're in cover.
So his grit is 6, so it goes to 7s.
Yep.
And one of them's a critical. Does it make any difference?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay. So 5 hits, needing 3s to block. And all of them except 1, and I'll use a chip.
Come on, you one. I think that was the 4.
I think it was the 2.
We'll be back in a minute, guys, because that's an important roll. Okay, so check the dice, and he knocked off the critical to the 2, and the 4 was his re-roll, so that is a pass. So Ghost Wolf is still in.
Yes!
At the end of the turn, both players draw an action card and compare the top number.
Oh no!
I hope yours is really low.
I've got 15.
I've got 3.
Yes! So I get to put the template.
Yeah, you're only hitting one of my guys if you put the template down, but
Coming out of the building in any direction, it says.
you might get 2 of them actually.
No, it needs to be, I'm imagining.
Yeah, you have to touch the building with the template.
At the end of the template. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
And get the gun dog as well.
Yep.
Okay, so this is a ridiculously powerful thing, isn't it? It's a -4. Yeah, the things that are going to get hit are dead. Attack dog is grip 4. Durable doesn't come into effect because of the -4 piercing, so it needs a 9.
Have you got in to let it re-roll it?
I'm not going to re-roll on that. I'm going to save my re-roll for a gun dog. So the gun dog is grit 5, so it's also a 9. And I'm going to re-roll. Nope, both are dead.
That would have been nasty if it had hit mine, because it
Yes.
would have got all of them and my my Gatling gun. So you'd have got a whole unit and a Gatling gunner with that.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
so we'll tidy up after turn 1, and then we'll be right back.
Yep. Catch you in a minute, guys. So, end of turn 1, you're on 4 victory points, I'm on 1.
So I gained the 4 victory points because I had a guy in here at the end of it who did that during the clean-up phase.
Yes, he's now been kicked out and he's over there by his hind hands. He got thrown out 6 inches. So yeah, you have a lot of stuff around that building that's kind of worrying. So we'll draw for initiative.
32.
8. That's annoying. Am I going to try to steal it? Nah. off you go.
Okay, so my first activation card is 2 points. I am going to activate, just for safety's sake, I think.
Ghost Wolf?
Ghost Wolf.
Okay.
Lone Wolf? Well, I've changed again.
Who is this mysterious man? Okay, so he's stunned and disordered.
So how do you walk, an action point to walk off? Or,
yeah, 1 action point walks off all conditions.
Or they can use a chip.
Yeah, that's what I mean, a chip, not an action point. Yep, it's 1 chip to play walk it off, and he gets rid of both the conditions.
So you'll do that. I'm going to have him use this, his other point to use this.
Okay.
And he is going to move a land to here.
Okay.
Beside her. He then gets his 2 chips back.
Are you all done?
That is him done.
Okay. 3 action points.
3.
Right, so I'm going to go with the deputised sharpshooters, who are going to definitely move dash.
Ooh.
That's better. So that's 3, so that's 8. Okay, so that's 2 of their action points, and then the riflemen are going to shoot at him. So, are you just going to weather the storm?
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to quicken the dead it then.
Okay.
It's still running.
Yep, still running.
So I am on the Apache Kid for the quicken the dead as quick as 6.
Needs a 4.
4 or better. Oh no!
No. So 3 shots coming in.
Can't reload. That will fail.
So 3 shots. They're really rubbish. So I am going to focus. So they are aim 4s become aim 6s. And are they over 10 inches? They are indeed over 10 inches. So that's +1. So they are 5s. -1 for cover, so they are 4s. So they require 6s.
2 hits.
2 hits. They are -1. You
is 4, so that's 3s.
and you are on cover, so that is 4s.
So I need 6s. And he has his own fortune chip, which he will chuck. And still fails on
So
1.
you use metal to gun disordered. Activate face. I'm going to use that. Activate this guy who's within 8 inches of them and get 3 action points. His first action is going to be a move action. Move action to there. So that was a move. I'm going to focus the move for 2 inches to get him to there. Then I'm going to shoot him with a pistol. So Nate firing his pistol. He needs a 4. Just hits it. So that's hit with a -1.
So again, he has grit 4, so it was down to grit 3. Needing a 7. Fails. Ghost Wolf will spend 1 of his chips. I got his name right. And gets a button up. That'll be him dead then.
Yep. Keep the chip chucked in for a hunker.
Did he not focus that shot? No.
No. 6 requiring 4s.
Yeah.
Over to you.
What mark is that going to do? I get 2 action points again. So these guys got quick 5. Can he shoot with a normal weapon?
No, all he has is a Gatling gun. You basically
Change
replace.
it. Switch it out.
Yeah, can't carry a rifle and carry a minigun.
I'm probably not going to be able to shoot with all of them anyway.
You're going to get minuses firing through you guys, but...
Okay, so what are they going to do when they shoot then? We are going to do...
So you're going to get 2 guys that have got 4 shots. And they're unimpeded. So they are firing... He's at close range.
Okay.
So he doesn't get any minuses, so you want 2 guys with that. And then this guy has got range, so he's -1, -2, -3. So he's -3, he's -2.
Okay, I'll do the -2 first.
I'm going to do quick in the dead.
Okay.
So his quick is 5, so it's 5 up. And he jumps out of the way.
So he comes disordered.
Comes disordered, but avoids their fire. So they've moved and shot at the moment.
So that's their limit. So that will be
That unit.
over to you.
I'm going to go with the attack dogs at this point, because it's crazy, but it may just work. So they are quick 7 with a free focus, so they are 9. So they're going to move around the building, and funnily enough, charge these guys. So, their rate of attack 2. So that's a move and then an attack, which is then going to be focused. So it's rate of attack 4, and they are fight 5, which becomes 7.
Oh, 3 critical fails.
1 hit and nothing else. Wow.
Mike's dice rolling back to normal.
Wow.
So 1 hit.
1 hit. It's a -1 piercing. So they are
4, so then the 3, so
3,
just
7. But at least that's something.
Critical fail. So which one are you taking off?
The one closest to the building.
This one?
Yeah, though they're locked in close combat, it's at least a thing.
Okay.
No, it's not okay, but it is what it is.
As activated.
Yep.
And I'll get 2 action points again. Might as well go with these guys. I'll charge the dogs.
Okay, so it's a fight action, it's not a charge because you're already locked in combat.
Right, okay, whichever. But
Once all models in your unit are in range of the enemy unit have made their strike actions, any models in your unit who are not in range of the melee weapons must instead make a free walk action. So you'll attack with the 2 and then the others will move in with a free walk action. So your initial attack will be with the 2 that are engaged, and then the other ones get a free walk action into combat.
okay. Okay, so this is the 2 from the guy with the weapons.
Yep.
And
1 hit.
I meant focus it on.
Well, even if you focus,
yeah.
you'd still miss with that and still hit with that, so it wouldn't have changed anything.
So
You've just saved yourself a point.
so 1 hit.
1 hit with a
This is -1.
-1. They're durable, so they ignore that. So they are grit 4, so they need a 6. And he's dead.
You're not spending a thingy on it.
Can't.
You know, you can't go and go.
Yep.
Okay, so
that
this
one over
one's
there's dead.
So the other guy doesn't get an attack.
Nope. But then the other guys move up.
Make a walk action. So this guy will go here.
Yep.
He'll go here.
And the
He's already
crossbow.
done
Yeah.
things,
So the
he
crossbow
doesn't-
guy was making an attack, so he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those 2 are attacking at the same
Yeah.
time. So that's 1 action.
So the second action to do another fight.
You'll need another action point.
She's going to
Yep.
give him a chip.
You've got 1 on their card as it is.
What do you mean?
You got 1 left there, and you use a chip for the other action point. So that's them striking now. And if you want, you can spend another chip to focus if you really want to.
Yeah.
You're attacking with 4 attacks,
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
and you're going to be hitting on 4s.
No.
No, 5s. All of them.
Oh yeah, no, that's one. Like that's 4. Yeah. That would be a waste of a chip.
Yep. I need 6s. Nope, he's dead.
There you go. Now, if you'll excuse me for 2 moments. Hey, that was a hand unit.
Yep.
Destroyed it with a strike action.
Yep.
Slow 1 VP.
Yep, sure, 5. That's you done. 3 action points. And I'm going to go with Morgan. So he's going to focus move. Focus move, and then he's going to get in.
Get in.
So that is him in the building, and that's all of his action points from that done. He's going to focus shoot.
What's he using to do that?
He's going to use his galvanic discharge, I think it's called.
No, he's used his action points.
He's using 2 action points from the thingy card. And he is going to shoot like that. So catching him, and him.
That's not really nice.
No, it's not. Neither was destroying my dogs. We've left that on again.
Yeah, oh well.
So it's a focus shoot. It's a template weapon, so has shred as well. He is aim 8. And hits. So everybody is hit under the template, and that is a -2 piercing.
Ouch.
-2.
So the Plains Warriors are on 2s, so I need 8s. And getting none.
Okie doke.
Yeah. Oh. That's 8. That's we lost 2 hand units.
I'm gonna grab them where I can. Destroy a hand unit with a shoot action, gain 1 VP. I'm lagging behind.
And the guy from the other unit, he also needs an 8.
Yep.
I'm gonna give him a reload.
Close but no cigar. He's done. And he's gained the hunkered condition. And gains its chips back. Yes.
I might as well go with this dude.
Okay, Duke.
Who is apparently called
Iron Hawk.
Iron Hawk. He has a quick of 5. He's only got 2 action points. Actually, though, I'm going to take gamble and dash.
Okay.
So he gets 4. 3.
3.
Because I can't count either.
Uh-huh. He's standing on top of the boxes, basically.
And he's within 8 inches of the building.
Okay.
So I am going to chuck my
Grenade.
grenade thing. I'm going to spend 2 additional action points.
Okay.
So focus it becomes attuned.
Okay.
Because it's attuned, that means his aim goes to 8.
Okay.
And it'll be -3 because of his mind.
So you are aim 6, which becomes aim 8. I'm in the buildings, it's -1. So aim 7's a 3s.
Very cool.
Critical hit.
Critical doesn't give anything else, but it has the blast thing, so...
Yep, so I can't use Quick in the Dead. So what's its minuses?
Well, he's -6, so therefore it's 3 because it's a tune.
So it's -3. So I'm hunkered. I am in the building, so that's +2. I have durable, so it's a -2. So it's my straight crit roll.
Which is?
6, requiring 4s. Yep. Is that everything?
Yes.
My side of the table is looking quite thin at the minute. Okay, what have I got? I have 3 action points. And I think the only thing I can really do at this point is bring the law bots up. They are going to focus, move, and dash. Typical. So that's an extra 3 inches. So they have a move of 8. That is not what I wanted. So I'm going to bring them up to base with him. Okay. And then they can't do anything else, so that is then done.
My next activation, I get 3.
Oh, we never get everything right.
Nope. There's always something.
At this point, from the beginning of turn 2, Go finds out he's not plugged in.
Suppose it makes a difference in not being switched on. Right, so walks can move. If you do a charge, it's not your attuned movement,
No,
is it? Your focused movement. It's just
quick,
which is 7. So
your move will be 9 and your charge will be 7.
So it's 1 to move. She'll get into combat with him basically after that
aiming
move.
At Berenger, yeah?
Yeah.
So the law bot she'll get into combat with?
Well, depends, because I might go over here. Do it this way. Come in from this
What's your
side.
strike range?
1 inch. She'll get one of them the first strike.
Yeah, but when you're charging in, you'll still have move left, so I can still force you into combat with the other people.
Right, okay.
You'd have to somehow negate entire move. Because you designate the charge, you designate him, I will designate you.
Right, so she can charge 7. And that's pretty much bang on 9 inches to get there. So that's her at the maximum of her movement.
Okay, and when you designate me as the point of attack...
That's a bit beardy, isn't it?
Yep. Completely. And you are what you are. Let's have a look.
To be fair, if we're keeping track on the GeeksZilla videos scoreboard, you're well in the lead at the moment. I won the first game, you've won every other one.
So, veteran instincts, I'm going to put a shot into her.
Okay.
Which can only be with the chance pistol because I've moved, so I can't use the grenade launcher. Oh, wait a minute, my bear hitting her or something. Yes, I am going to hit her with my stun baton.
As she comes in.
Yep. So I am fight 4. So I need a 6. Damn it. I am going to re-roll that for the fun of it. Nope. Carry on.
Okay, so her second action was the charge.
Yep.
Which
And she gets a free strike.
She'll not bother focusing. Just fight. Oh no, she's only fight 6, so yeah, she will focus.
The thing is, you're wanting the attunement, so.
So she is at rate of attack 2. She is now fight 8. It's still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very level. Okay. 2 hits.
2 hits, -4.
And no critical.
So he is grit 6. He's into base to base with other tin men, so he's grit 7, so he's 3s. So he needs 7s.
Oh!
He is okay.
Oh! Now, She needs 1 more point to make another attack.
Okay.
And she needs 1 more point from the card to focus it again so it's attuned.
Okay.
So she does the same thing again. And, oh, just 1 hit.
1 hit.
Oh no.
7's required.
Oh, yes! No!
You beauty! Just mark her as activated, would you?
Yep. And I'll give her the chips back.
2 action points. Not what I wanted. But it's going to have to do. I'm going to put an aim shot at her. You're in combat, so it's going to be -4. Right, Wyatt's going to shoot Walks.
Okay.
She's engaged in combat,
Mm-hmm.
so it's at -4.
Okay.
So he's going to focus so he brings his aim up to 9.
Uh-huh.
So he's going to need 5s.
Okay.
Fortunately, he's in the way, so he's going to need 4s, needs 6s. 6 is required on Wyatt. 1 hit, 1 miss. Unfortunately, the miss will hit Nate, but that's. Oh, wait a minute. It's a brutal shot, so that's 3 hits. So 2 hits on her, 1 hit on Berenger.
Okay.
Because a successful hit creates the brutal.
Mm-hmm.
The miss doesn't. So it's 2 hits on her,
Uh-huh.
-4 piercing.
Yep.
So she doesn't get metal.
Her grit is 6, so it goes down to 2.
Yep.
So I need 8s. Neither. I'm going to spend 2 chips and chuck those again. Neither. Metal doesn't
Get
it
because -4 piercing.
So she's gone.
Berenger now gets hit. He is grit 6 becomes grit 2. He's base to base with that, so it's grit 3. So he needs a 7. 7's required for Nate Berenger. He stays in. I'll just mark him as activated. Oh my god.
Okay, so is that you done then?
Yep.
I get 2 action points. Yeah, he's within 3 inches. First action point, he's going to move.
Right.
And pop out 3 inches away from that. Where is it? It's like centre to centre point, 3 inches. Okay.
The edge of the base to the front of the other base.
Edge of the base to the front of the other base.
Yeah, so because he's a large base, he's not going to get huge amounts.
So yeah, that's there then.
Okay.
Okay. He is quick 7. Oh no!
What's his strike range?
Hang on, can he focus his move for 3? His strike range is Spirit Blade's 1 inch. So he can charge, but you can throw it onto the other guys.
Yep. But that's to be your options really.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's going to charge.
He's going to charge a Nate, and I'm going to chuck it onto the Lawbots.
So he gets there. Is that within an inch?
Who knows?
So he can't actually hit, because that's as far as he can move.
So it's on Nate, so that's fine, so I don't get those. So instead what I'll do is I'll chuck the 2 in for Veteran Instincts and shoot him.
Okay.
He's got metal, so it's not really going to help. Now I've got to keep him in. So he is aim 6, 4 required. It's with a pistol, so I require 4 up. And miss. Over to you.
I haven't got any tokens or anything I can spend on him because he's in her posse. There's nothing I can do, so it's just his normal attack, which is a fight 5, so he needs a 5 to hit you.
Yeah, what's his rate of attacks?
Rate of attacks is 1.
Okay.
It's 1 inch range.
And you can't attune it, so there's no minus.
No. It does get attuned, but she would have to have paid the point for it. 5, he hits.
And it's a what, -1?
Standard? -1 piercing.
So he is not durable, but he is base to base, so his grit is 6, becomes 7, becomes 6, so I need a 4 to save. Is his luck? Has his luck run out?
Yes,
it has!
What?
Oh, he's hunkered as well, but that still didn't help on a 1.
Nope.
Don't worry, Nate, you've done your work.
I am finished. I have nothing left I can activate.
I have Gundog. What should be the 5? 4 action points! He's going to move and dash for his first action.
Still rolling.
Yeah. He has sure foot, so he can re-roll it if I want to. 5, so 3, no, I'll keep that. So he's a move of 6, so he gains 9. And then with the 2 action points, he'll move again, so he gains quick 6.
Okay.
And that is my... Oh no, I've still got one more guy.
Who's that?
Warren.
Oh yeah.
He's in the building. I forgot about him, I knew I would. 3 action points. And I think at this point it's a really good idea to move. So his first thing is going to be get out.
Get out.
Which gets him to the bottom of the steel, to the stairs. His range 18. I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take a shot at that.
Okay.
I have an 18-inch range. It's going to be through all the cover.
Yes.
And it's just out. So he is done.
Does he not want to do another move action instead of shooting? Or has he not got enough points?
Well, it's get out and then I'm measuring to shoot, so I suppose, can you pre-measure?
Yes, you can pre-measure.
Okay.
There's never been anything about not pre-measuring this.
So then I will take a second move action, which is 5 quick. I will focus it for the 7 and get him to the edge of the cart. And that is him done, and I will get that back. That is me done.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the end of turn 2.
It's the end of turn 2, so then we draw to see who gets the torrent this time. Come on. 45.
2.
Guess who's getting it in the
Yes.
face?
I kind of figured.
Yeah, -4 hit on him.
So the -4 hit. He's got a grit 0 now, so that means
He's still got a 1, so you'll always get a 9.
9.
Well, 10 will always be a success.
Nope.
Can't use metal because it's a -4. You could use quick in the... no, it's a torrent as well.
That's an auto hit.
So that is 4 victory points from the building, and I get kicked out 6 inches. Where to go? What to do?
So we'll tidy up and then we'll be right back.
So coming to turn 3, it's still close. I'm on 6 VP, you're on 5 VP.
Yep.
I have managed to turn it around on the table a little bit though.
Yep. Initiative.
3, and it is 22.
11.
Okay, any shenanigans?
I am going to shenanigans.
I'm going to accept it for what it is.
I don't even know what I'm going to get here. Let's hope it's good. A 2.
Who's gonna do what?
Okay. Unit gains +1 quick.
Okay.
So that's going on these guys.
Right. So quick 6 now? 7?
Yep. 6.
Quick 6.
So they are going to... Yes, I'm just going to focus. Focus move.
does the 6 get them within the 3 inches? Is it 9 inches? What's his distance from the building?
9 inch.
You don't need to focus. If it's 9 inches, you'll move 6.
6
and it'll
puts
get you
him
within
there.
3. Straight
No,
line.
he's just out of it. If you do that, I still need a little bit more. So, focus.
Okay.
They all get within.
Yep. And they're going to get in with.
He's going to give them an extra chip.
And in they go. So I get 2 activations because you interrupted my activation. So
okay.
I get 2. So first things first. 3 action points. I am going to Gatling gun this building with him.
Okay. Is he going to move first?
Shouldn't need to. Should be within 15.
It's just, no, it's because of the cover in between these firing across the barrels.
But if I don't move, I get 2 shots.
Okay.
So I'm going to get -3. So I'm going to focus shoot. His aim is 5, so basically becomes 4. He's focused and he's got -3 for long range and 2 pieces, well, intervening and the building. So I need 6s. Two hits, which becomes 3 hits, and because it was so close, I'm going to re-roll that one. 3 hits.
4 hits, you mean?
4 hits. Because it's Liberty Gatling gun, those are criticals, so it's shred. So it removes. The only thing you gain is your hunkered. So you gain. It's a -2 piercing, so which becomes a -1 to you. So you are on grit 3. 4 hits going in. 1 save.
Yep. I'm going to use his last token to roll one of them again. Two saves.
So 2 for 2.
Obviously not the Gatling cannon.
I am shocked. So that was 2 action points. So to shoot again, he requires an additional action point to shoot, an additional action point to aim. Yes, not going to use those. Additional action point and focus.
Okay. Is he in the posse that allows those to focus, yeah?
Yes. All the automatons are in his posse.
Ah, right, okay.
And then I will get all of the chips back.
Okay.
You with the magnets.
Hang on. Can you do that in an opponent's turn?
Depends what it is.
That. What you've just done.
I'm not doing it in opponent's turn.
No, can I?
No, it's in your activation,
right,
as
okay.
it states on the. So the same again. I require 6s.
1 hit.
1 hit. 1 hit. So it becomes 2 hits.
And saving on.
It's a critical. So you are same again, shred. So you've only got your hunkered. So you are at -1.
So
Grit
they
3.
need 7s and pass 1, fail 1. So 1 dies because
Okay.
I've got nothing I can do to stop it.
Okay, that is him done.
I like the way you can turn the gun to face.
Magnets, it's all well and good. So because you're interrupt, I will activate somebody else. I'm going to go with Morgan. Galvanic discharge.
Sounds disgusting.
It does. I'm going to hit the building with a torrent, which hits everyone. He's focusing, so his aim is 8 -1 becomes 7, so 3 up. And I can't even hit the box. That's a hit, so both of them are hit. It is -1, and I believe it's gained shred as well. Torrent, brutal, no, which is -2, you're at +2, so straight crit roll for the 2 of them.
So 4s needing 6s.
I think so, yeah.
It's 1, Oh no, that's not a
Nope.
one. That's a
two
1, not a
fails.
7. That's 2 fails.
You got any re-rolls
Nope.
on that last one? No. That was the first shot, wasn't it? So that was a focus shoot on that. I'm going to focus move. No, I'm going to move. Quickness 5. Two to get in, isn't it? So I'm going to need 2 action points. And get in. End of my turn, that goes. And again, the hunkered condition for being in the building and his activation.
Okie doke.
I'm going to keep the roof off, so don't forget there's somebody in the building this time.
I get 3 action points on this one.
If you don't mind, I'm going to spend an additional action point. He's going to gain the tough roll.
Tough.
Yeah, tell some masterwork by spending an extra action point.
Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla. When hunkered, this model spends an action point during his activation, gains the tough special rule for the duration of that condition.
Okie doke. I'm going to use this just now
Okay.
and get him to refresh his tokens.
Yep.
Doesn't have to be him that's activating, does it?
No, it's just during the activation you refresh someone's tokens.
Okay. I'm going to charge this unit.
Okay.
Okay. He's got a quick of 7. So he's going to go like that.
Okay.
So we can get into combat with all of them.
Okie doke.
Because he's got 1 inch range.
Okay.
Just so I can try and take out an entire unit. So the charge gives him 1 attack.
Okay.
I can't attune it because he's not in his...
Awesome.
I can't actually spend any of his tokens on it
You've
at
got
all.
three action points, haven't you?
Yes.
Yep, so charge, and then you can
Focus.
use focus. Or you keep the 2 to do another strike. These are grit 5 and are durable, so they ignore your point of piercing.
Yeah, I've just realised that he only gets a rate of attack 1.
Yeah. But it keeps him in close combat, so anyone's shooting will have to shoot everything.
So yeah, well, he's got 1 attack with a piercing of -3 because his mine's 5.
Yeah, if you focus it, or you use the 2
Focus
action
it.
points to strike again in a minute.
Focus.
Okay,
A 6.
so that's a hit.
Yep.
And he's -3 piercing,
So
which is
that
minus
was
2.
the wolf.
Yeah, so that is the Wailing Spirit. So he's grit 5. He's into base to base with someone else. So he is grit 6. He's durable, so he's only at -2. So he is grit 4,
Okay.
needing a 6. Doesn't get it. As well. Gets it. He's safe.
Okie doke.
3 action points. Gonna go with my law bots. So they're gonna hit with the Asp Baton. They're fight 4, so they're gonna focus it for 1 action point. So they are fight 6, needing 4s. I really didn't need to focus that anyway, but there you go. They're all hit. It's
One's a crit.
-1 piercing. There's nothing on the critical, but you do gain the stunned condition.
Okay.
So you get your save before that takes effect.
Oh, so if I save, it doesn't happen.
No, it still happens,
Oh,
but
right.
it's not going to affect you because
Yeah.
your grit would go down on stunned.
Right. Okay. So my grit's 5.
So it's 4.
So I need 6s. He's dead because there's 2 of those aren't saves and 1 of them. Well, I can't reroll any of them anyway. So. And on that point, you win because I've only got this 1 guy left on the board. Do you want to do something to try and kill him, or
I can't get anything over the 2 kill him yet. it would take me another turn at least to get
Yeah.
towards you.
There's nothing I can really do now to change the outcome of the
No,
game.
because at the end of this round, I'll score 4 victory points, put me on
I get
10.
3 action points for him. He can move to there, and then he can move up to the building, and that's about it. I can't even attack. Oh no, I could attack the building.
Yeah, you could charge the building and strike. You will, if you can attune your weapons, you get piercing -4.
I don't think I'll have enough points. 3 points. So 1 point to move through the totem pole.
Yep. And that
Comes
puts you
out
3
3
inches.
to the
And
front
that
of the
should be
base.
within a charge range. Yep, so you can then charge for a second action point.
Well,
and
hang on.
focus strike.
It's 5.5 inches to the building. He only has a quick 5, but he has tokens.
Yeah, so you can focus the charge for that and then focus the strike with his tokens. Can I make a suggestion, if you can?
What?
Get in there.
And that bit?
Yeah. You're behind the building, I can't shoot you next turn. Oh, I can actually, there's a gun dog on the other side of him, I just remembered.
But there's only one gun dog on the other side of him as opposed to... Right,
Everyone
so
else.
he'll go there, and then that cost him 1 to focus the charge,
And 1 to focus the strike to get
and
the
1 to
-4
focus the
piercing.
strike. And he's got 2 left, so he's got combat mastery, I think.
Yeah, so he can strike for 1 focus.
Yeah. So his rate of attack,
I assume is 2.
2.
Yep.
Piercing will be -4.
And you are on fight 9. Which becomes 8 because of the building, so that's
2 hits.
2 strikes. Yep. So this is Morgan. He has the tough condition. He is grit 6. He is in the building and hunkered, so that is 8. So he's on 4.
Okay.
Fine. Yes. Not fine. So he becomes
Can he not do the chip to reroll the dice?
He's got tough, so he gets to reroll fail. And he still fails. No, if the unit is already stunned or the hit is -4, he's wounded as normal.
So he didn't get that, he'd have to spend the chip to do a reroll.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, I mean, I'm quite happy to just... It makes no difference if you reroll it or no, don't reroll it, you still failed it, so... You would still have the chip.
So he's going to be metal anyway. No, because it's -4. There's nothing he can do, is there? There isn't anything, is there? He's dead.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure he is. I can't think of anything else. Oh, he's durable, but that's -4 would knock that out. Yeah, no, there's nothing else. He is dead.
So can I spend 2 action points to enter the building?
Don't see why not. And
What?
there you were giving up. See that? This is the problem with you. You're always just trying to give up.
I'm just not used to it going well for me. It still hasn't, but...
I was going to say, we're going to try and turn that around. 2 action points.
I'll give you points for sportsmanship on that, for showing that though.
Yeah, see that? Oh, that's it. You destroy everything, why don't you?
Yeah, that was bad.
Right. Going to go with these guys who are going to take an aim shot at the building with the Gatling gun. And that rifle, and yeah, I'm not going to fire the other 2 because there's too many people in front of it. So the Gatling gun. So deputized gunslinger Gatling gun on the building. It's -1 for range, -1 for that, -1 for the building. So focused, I'm at -1. I'm hitting on 3s, so I need 7.
Oh, 1
hit,
and 2 critical
which
fails.
at least becomes 2 hits from the Gatling. And I'm only going to shoot that 1 rifle. It's at -3 as well, but hits. So that's 2 Gatling guns at -2 and 1 rifle at -1.
So his grit is 6. He's in the building and hunkered.
So that's +2.
Does the Gatling gun shred?
Did it get a critical? No, I got a 7. No, doesn't gain. Does it gain shred on the standard roll? No, just brutal. Only on a critical it gains shred.
Okie doke. So I've 6s minus.
It's -2 piercing, and you're at +2, so it's 6s. It's your
So I need
straight crit
4s.
roll.
Is that still on yet?
Yep.
Yeah. Need 4s. Oh, he's got them back because he's go ended.
Yep.
Is
Is he using one for a reroll by any chance?
Yes. Oh!
So he's metal. Wow. There we go. Well, I've got to go for it. I'm going to shoot again with him.
Okay.
But they're not going to. They can't focus. So he needs a 9 or a 10 for the Gatling gun. One hit becomes 2 hits. Gain shred.
So this time I've actually got a minus to my grit.
Yeah. The rifle misses. Yes. So it's -2. You still get the hunkered. So it's -1. So -1 to your grit. So 5.
5s, needing 5s. I get one of them. I'm going to spend one to reroll this one and get it.
So that's that unit done.
I've got nothing else left to do.
Okie doke.
I've only got him.
Right. What have I got? 1 action point. Warren's going to focus shoot. It's within 10. So he is aim 6, which becomes aim 8 -1 for the building, becomes 7, so
That's
3
still
ups.
rolling.
Hits, -3. So you are at what?
I meant to use thingy because I've not used it yet.
Quick in the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to use it on that, but you just kept going.
Yeah,
So now-
no, I wasn't going to use. Well,
You're disordered. You can't.
you can't use it.
When you're disordered, you can't
right, okay.
use Quick in the Dead
Right.
because you're already disordered.
Okay.
That's
so-
the problem with disordered.
Right. So I'm needing. What am I needing?
You're at +1 grit. No, you're at -1 grit, so you need 5s again.
So 5s. Nope, I'll reroll that. Gets it.
He's fine. So that's Warren done. 4 action points. No, says Warren. So first action point will be a move. So that is quickness 5. And I'll focus it for +2. Peacemaker time. So that was 1 and focus. That's 2. I'm going to focus shoot. Aim 7 becomes aim 9 -1, so 8. So 2 ups. Look at that! couldn't warrant that one. So that was figures. That's him done. He gets his 4 chips back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Warren got his back. Yeah. So anyone else? Right, it's down to the law box then.
Oh.
4 action points. We are going to move quick 5. First move. So they've got 3 left. They're going to focus shoot. They're aim 5. They're focusing, so they become aim 7. They're fanning, so they become aim 6. So they're 4 ups. They get 2 as standard, 2, 4, 6, and then the same again for fanning, 2, 4, 6. They need 4s, 5s because of the building. Miss. Wow. But 3 hits, and they are at -1. So you are at +1, correct?
So that'll put it to 7 needing 3s. I'm going to use my last chip to reroll this too.
No.
Yes! Yes!
You're going to keep yourself in the game for a turn.
Oh, have you got anyone else left to go?
And that is everybody done, I think. Yep, that's everyone.
Okay. So that's end of turn 3.
Yep, so building's going to shoot out.
Yep. I get... Oh... I only get a 9.
38.
Yeah. So I can't... I was hoping to get that so I could like blast your guy.
So that's going to shoot out in a random direction, not affecting anyone.
Okay.
And then you're going to get turfed out the building. And
but I
you're
get
up to 9.
4 victory points first.
Yep, so you're up to 9.
So I get chucked out 6 inches and become stunned.
Okay, Mr. Was Giving Up is now in the lead with 9 points for 6.
I can't believe that, but...
There's always something. So, draw for initiative.
39.
48.
You got your 5.
Is there shenanigans?
Nope, unfortunately I'm not shenaniganing.
That's good. So, 1 action point. That's not very helpful. So it's going to have to be somebody that has other stuff that he can do, and he doesn't. It can be somebody that can add in action points.
In fact, no, I think what would happen if you killed my guy, you would then have the rest of your activations to get somebody into the building and gain your 4 points at the end, and that would put you on 10 and win. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is use my 1 action point there to move. And it's going to have to be Wyatt, who's going to get into range of the building. So then going to use 2 chips to get into the building. If you're tabled, you lose, though, surely.
You would, as I say, I think that's the way it would go, is because there's nothing on it about a turn limit or anything like that. I've gained that many victory points. I've been in the house twice, you've only been in once to find out what's going on, so I think, but you, as I say, all you would need to do is put guys in there, and then at the end of your turn you would get the 4 points and win anyway. So is that you done with your first guy?
At the minute, but I'm going to finish with him. I'm going to activate someone else who's within 8 inches of the building.
Yep.
Just. He's got 2 action points. His chips come back. He's got 2 action points, so he's going to move, and his move is 5. I am going to focus that for a 7, and that is going to be from his chip, and put him within 3 inches. And then I'm going to get in. That'd be 1 action point. And the second action point will cost 2 chips, wouldn't it? So there's a second action point to get in.
Okay.
Okay. He gets his chip back. That's me done.
3 action points. He has no chips at the moment, so he needs to spend an action to walk it off.
No, it's a chip to walk it off.
So you got that until
the end of the turn.
The end of the turn.
So your limit's reduced by 1. You're tasked.
Okay.
And you can't split your attacks. What are you gonna do?
The only thing I can do to try and stop you winning is to try and get those guys out of there. And I've got 1 guy to do it with, and that's him.
So you're going to charge?
He's going to charge the building. His movement is 5, just short of the building. So I need to spend... I can't focus it.
No, so you'd need to move, and then you'll need to charge.
Yep. So that's 2 actions to get into the edge of the building. I'd rather be facing them than the gun dog, I think. I don't know. He's then got that one attack.
Yep. But he can't attune his weapons.
Nope. I'll go +1 fight up to a fight
7. No, sorry, 8. Looking at the aim.
He's got rate of attack 2.
Yep. His piercing's -1, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
You get -1 because they're in the building to his hit.
-1 to the strike, yep.
So it's
6 needing 4s.
6 needing 4s. Ghost wolf attacking
I
building.
am going to quicken the dead.
Okay.
He is quick 5. Nope. He's going to quicken the dead. Nope.
So he's disordered.
No, because he hasn't passed.
Oh, that's right. He didn't pass it, of course.
2 hits.
2 hits.
He is grit 6.
Who is it I'm attacking?
You're attacking the building, so it's everyone that's in there.
So it's up to you which one it hits.
Yeah, it's going to be Warren. So he's grit 6. Becomes grit 5. He's hunkered and in the building, so that's +2. So it's grit 7. So 3s.
Okay.
Jeez. Fine.
Okay. So how many extra points does he need to attack again?
He will need, because his second strike action, he needs 2 action points.
2 action points.
But he's got 1 there, hasn't he? You moved, and then you attack the building.
I moved and I charged.
Yep. So you got 1 there, so you need 1 more.
He doesn't have the thing that... Oh, he does have Combat Master.
So he just needs the 1 then.
Okay, so he can attack again for 1 extra action point that's on the card. They both fail. He did 4s. So then it's 2 points to do it again.
What's your limit?
Limit is 3. He's reached his limit.
His limit's 2.
Because he's stunned.
Yeah, so yeah. So we
So
couldn't have done that last bit.
Yeah. Do these just come off him at the end of his go and he gets his tokens back?
Yep. 4 action points. Gonna go with the Lawbots. Because if I do get the Torrent template, I'll take out my own guys. Next, he is going to focus move 8 inches over to here. And they are going to move to the front facing of the building. Not that they can really do anything. Hi. So that's them all done.
Nobody shot at him.
I'm not going to, just in case we find out later that if you win because you have the more victory points, so I'm going to cash in on the victory points.
Yeah. Okay.
Draw. 25.
3.
That's end of town, so I'm going to score the victory points anyway. So
Uh-huh.
you're going to be hit with that. -4.
Okay, so he gets hit with the template and...
You're looking for an 8.
Yep.
You have a chip, you could hunker. You will gain +1 to your grit if you hunker.
And I'll spend the chip and become hunkered. So 7s I
Yep.
need. I'll spend the chip and reroll that, because why wouldn't you? He survives.
He survives. I'm on
10.
10. And then I'm kicked out of the building. With getting the stun condition. So this is, well, the final turn. Let's face it. This could be really daft and you win the initiative and jump in that building and then I can't clear you out and that would get really annoying. Let's face it, we've seen it happen once already.
Yep, so initiative for turn 5.
Yeah.
29.
15.
Any shenanigans?
Oh yes. Shenanigans.
Okay.
Interrupting.
No.
No interrupt?
Nope.
Okay.
So I'll get 2 activations after. Oh no, wait a minute.
3 action points. And we're going to lay into him.
Okay.
Are you going to quicken the dead? Let's go in with a Peacemaker with a -4 piercing.
Yeah, and then you're going to do it again straight afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to quicken the dead at the moment.
Okay. He is aim 7. So, are you getting any cover? You're getting some cover, aren't you?
Don't think so. Looks like a fairly open shot to me.
You sure?
Yeah.
I can't see it very well. It looks like you're in against the building, so...
Nah, not for people.
Okay, so 7s, need 3s. Can you credit it?
Second shot? Or you
2 hits, yeah, 2 chips reroll. So that's 3 hits, -4.
Need an 8. I'll spend these last 2
to reroll those 2.
To reroll those 2. Yeah.
Almost.
So he's disordered.
He's not. Oh, no, -4. He's gone.
He's gone. Yeah. Lucky to the end.
Good
though.
game.
That's the most enjoyable game of this I've ever played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your force is getting better with the more things I add into it. So I'll get the shamans done for the next time. They've got -3 piercing weapons in close combat, so they're quite a good close combat unit.
It's a better scenario than the other ones we've played. But
it's an interesting one because everything's in the middle, so you really either got to focus on getting into it, or was what happened over here, have a bit of a Barney at the side.
Yeah.
Totems definitely change your force. There's no doubt about that. It makes them stronger. Their ability to move around the table is increased. So, close finish.
Yeah.
What, 10-9 victory points? Yep. You almost gave up on the turn where you scored another 4 victory points more for you.
Some of those lows, like you getting the double 1s, and then again when you shot them at the very end, the double 2.
Yeah. The Great Spirit was definitely looking out for him. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
No, really good game. Could have added in perils, but the only peril I could have put on the table was the rogue dog, which I was using them. That's the only canines I have. So.
Well, they do have a paper cutout token, but that would look garbage.
Yeah. So one thing I do need to do just for my own force anyway is to get some more attack dogs because they're kind of cool. Well,
just I can't believe some of the stuff that happened, and it's one of those games that'll. Even though I got annihilated, like at the end when I just had that one guy left, it was just so good.
Yeah, it's definitely a stronger force than you've used before, just with a couple of additional pieces. So the Wayland Spirits are pretty good.
Yeah.
They've in the last update they got the -3 piercing when they attune, which otherwise they were just -1, and people were a bit, why would you take them? They're fast, they hit quick, they're quite good.
Yeah.
With the -3 it makes them very different, so when you have the points to spend on their attacks they become quite lethal, especially towards faces and bosses.
Yeah.
And they have metal as well, I believe, as well.
I think so, yeah.
So they're keeping the game that little bit longer. But yeah, close game, very close. Could have gone either way at the end there. If you got into that building, I was pretty sure that I was going to flump every roll on that. Just
again, that's something we'll need to ask them about and look into with scenarios like that. At the end, if my guy dies, you would still have had the rest of your turn to get guys into the building.
It's probably in the rule book about if you complete a turn and stuff like that. Because if I killed you and the game finished at that point, you will win. So there's no point in me trying that. So as I did, just in case, was to play it through, get into the building, hunker down, and just wait it out. So really good. Really enjoyed that.
I don't know if I said through there, I don't know if I'll keep it in the final edit, but just in case I don't, this is the most fun game of Wild West Exodus I've played since I've been playing it. And
that's probably, you've played about 10 games now, I'd say, around about that. I'm not much more than that, I've only played about 16 to 20 games, so I'm about double you, but it was fun. Table layout was really nice. This is the first time we've used portals. properly in a game, having the 6 portals, that makes a difference, because you have to make decisions about what you're going to lock down, because you don't know what's going to spring out, like on the first turn where you push through your hand unit. So I had to concentrate on taking them out before I could even get at the actual node to take it out, the totem. So
yeah, the other thing I was going to do was I was going to put somebody up on that balcony straight off, and I thought, you moved that hand unit up to the bottom of the stairs, and I was like, if I put him where I'm going to put him, you're going to shoot up the way. But I could have put him
on
3
the balcony,
inches on the balcony, you wouldn't have had a shot at him. So yeah,
I mean, it's definitely going to add something, and I'm sure there's other things that can add. I think the shamans have totemic, so then it has another additional 3, or even just a greater one that you could put on the board. I hate to think what 9 would be like.
I've just got this image of the way they actually work in my head. My own headcanon is like they summon them, so it's just like these big stakes fly out the earth. And
I think it's probably more they sneak in overnight and drop them on the battlefield, which they know they're going into or something. But I'm not saying that is the case.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have, not in that scenario, because
not in that scenario.
That one you just both turn up to.
They probably have them. It's probably a seeded world, just all over the place. But yeah, it was good. I thought I was going to be undermanned, so I played a lot slower game. Didn't want to push up too much, so I let you take the building on the first turn, working on the theory that putting grenades into it, which I went to do, and then remember that Nate Berenger can't move and fire, so that kind of stopped me doing that, because I was going to lob a couple of grenades into the building to level it. But that was good. I really enjoyed it. It was a very fun day.
I don't think in the future that I would bother with upgrading the planeswalkers with any of those heavy weapons.
Yeah, it's an option not to. You could put them into the rifle companies.
I would think I would rather have them in one of my ranged because of the way I use those guys. I didn't really get any benefit from those 2 weapons.
No, but it gives you something that's high powered if you need it at a certain point, because if you've only got piercing -1, it's a -3, so if you know you're about to face down something, a face or something,
it gives you options that you can play with if you need it. It's just because I didn't need it in that one. I was like,
so you could have split down the Brave Hunters into 2 units and have 4 guys in each unit with a heavy weapon or something like that, or 3 and a 4. I can't remember how many you had in each. But you could do it that way. So so there's options there. I mean, generally you try to flush out your hands units, so it's harder to score the victory points off them.
Yeah.
So but you could minimise the unit, especially a long range shooting unit, and just hold them back and fire. And the crossbow's got quite a good range. But, so next time you'll probably have the shamans on the table if you like them.
Cool.
They can attune their weapons to a -3 piercing. There's 3 of them in the unit. They're 40 points each. So they're a good close combat unit, especially when you've got the ability to move around the table as much.
Yeah. So is there anything new coming up that you're looking forward to in the releases of it?
Yeah, they're finally bringing out the Wayward 8. They're on pre-order now. I'm humming and hawing if I can afford to do it this month, but to be honest, I've been waiting so long, I think I have to order them. There's nothing to it. I'd rather not eat for a week. I need to not eat for a week.
No, that's me.
But yeah, they're loosely based on the Firefly crew. They were in the initial Kickstarter, but the figures didn't really look like the guys. But there's definitely much more Firefly to them now. Jane, even on alternate head, comes with a hat.
I saw that when he's got Jane's hat on.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Hex Beasts.
Yeah, definitely going to get a box of those, because one of the rules that we haven't used at all yet is anything that's got a taint on it. So there's people like Virgil Earp and some of the other factions have taint, and when you kill them you roll and they could come back as a Hex Beast. There's also one of the other missions in the Badlands where every time you enter a building there could be a Hex Beast in there, so the previous occupant could still be in the building, and you roll for who actually activates it and stuff, and that makes it a lot more interesting. Well,
it gives you a sort of wandering monster that you've got to deal with as well in that sort of case.
Well, I was talking to Daz at Salute in April, and he was saying about one of his things that he's doing for all of his buildings, he's going to have a character model in them. So when you enter a building, you might have like the bartender with his shotgun He's going to tell them to get out of my bar. That's a really nice little idea. You know, give a little bit of character to the town. They're defending their own buildings.
You've got to model a wee guy in the pan for the outhouse.
What was it, Young Guns? The guy that hides out in the outhouse shooting them down.
Yeah.
I've got the Deadly 7, which I need to paint up. So that's quite a large, very specialised posse. I think it comes in at about 1,200 points for the posse. And there's 8 guys in there because one of them's the loyal dog. So you get a robo dog off that, which is pretty cool, Brutus. So I've got those to do. So if I've got Wayward 8 and the Deadly 7, we could just do quite a large posse versus posse.
Yeah.
So you don't have any hired hands or any support units or anything like that. It's just your faces and a boss. Could make for an interesting match.
Yep.
You could do something like, the ambush one. So you've got like the centre of the table is your defending area and you're being attacked from outside it. Do something like that. So you can really do like the Magnificent 7 of them defending the town. Or in the church or the saloon or something. That could be quite cool. There's a lot more posses coming out. There's 2 more posses that are going to come out quite soon after Wayward 8. So you've got Absolute Power, which is the third man, is a Hex posse. That's quite cool. And one for the Order. And the name escapes me right now, Curioli or something like that, but they're a really nice looking bunch of models. No one I know at the moment plays them, so I don't have to face them down just yet. And I've still got the Viridians to get on the table.
Yeah.
I've not finished painting them, but they are getting there. I've used them once. Definitely a learning curve to get used to them. Flight on the Viridians, so they can move across the board fast, but they're using blaster pistols when they get in, so they're not hitting hard, but they have got a lot of manoeuvrability. So for an objective grabbing table game like the high ground one with the 2 buildings, you could get across the building, across the board to the building on the opposite side of the table and try and take that off them. So still a lot of things to put on the table. We've been a bit limited on what we've used so far. We're 1 game down, unfortunately. Yeah. So it was the Warrior Nation versus the Watchers, which the video will get released at some point. Unfortunately, just there's a massive delay on it which is unavoidable. But we'll get to it. It's a bit outdated as well because the rules have changed.
Yeah.
But if we get it finished, we'll put it back out because it's another video. So and it was a good game.
Yeah. For me, what I was wanting to say is basically from where we are at the moment with things that are going on, we've spoken about the Hellboy Kickstarter in one of our previous games. This moment in time, it's doing phenomenally well. About it hit over 700,000.
Probably so you'll be able to even put what it finishes on.
Yeah, so
made it onto the BBC, didn't it?
There was some stuff.
There was an article about it because of how fast in the first 24 hours. The numbers they hit was, I think it's one of the fastest growing Kickstarters so far. I don't think it took the title of the fastest funded. It was funded in 25 minutes. Not that it was fastest funded, but the level of money in that first.
Yeah, it went up to like 720,000, I think, in the first day.
That's incredible.
I
think Ronnie's been a bit taken aback by it, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, I know they were expecting this one to be a biggie.
Yeah.
But it's at this moment in time, it's sitting at about 950,000. So they'll hit the million before the end rush comes in, I would imagine. The other one we've spoken about in the past was Vanguard. We've seen a lot of the models actually produced for that now, and they are stunning. Mantic's game in casting and sculpting has just gone through the roof compared to what it was.
I assume that they're picking up better, more sculptors as they're growing.
So yeah, that's all looking good. We're still working on a prize pool to put together for the like, share and subscribe competition, what we're going to do. So once we get that sorted, keep your eye out on notifications so that you can be first in there to get the shares and the comments in, so you've got more chance of winning the prizes.
Yep.
And we'll get back to you with that as soon as we can. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get a notification, leave a like and a comment. That all helps get us noticed in the algorithms.
Make comments, just even if it's good job, bad job, you did this wrong. Interact.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate it. So yeah,
there's quite a few of us, so we're good at answering comments quite quickly.
So I think all there is to say is see you at the next one.
Yeah, what are we going to do as the next one? What do you fancy?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. We've got one in the pipeline for Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm. Well, that will be the other one. I think Walking Dead will come out before this.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I don't know.
We'll have a think about it, eh?
Dreadball, possibly, if I can get a team painted up for it.
I've got 2 teams painted already.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I want to play one of them.
No, that's it. Well, yeah, we'll go for Dreadball. It's quite easy. It's only a handful of miniatures.
Yeah, and it's the new rule set, so it's just a case of getting a bit of time to read the rule book, watch some of the playthroughs on BSOR, and
Okay, right, we'll see. Next one we'll do then is going to be Dreadball. It'll be that'll be good for zooming light in on the map.
Yeah, so we should be able to get right on that.
Good
possibly
close-ups.
even build a holding board for it, so it's on a rotation, so we can always get it all fully in shot.
Yep.
But yeah, well, we'll see you soon. Thanks very much.
Cheers, guys.
See you later.
After.